I'm Kreskin. Of course, you know me as the amazing Kreskin. And my entire life deals with human behavior and how people think. In fact, that's what I do for a living, tuning in on the thoughts of people, individuals. Well, you can imagine my reaction, or maybe you better read my thoughts, to a story that just broke in recent hours of elite college students who are now asking for an extension on an exam to delay it because they were traumatized by all the events in recent days dealing with the police and supposedly racial prejudice and profiling, and on it goes. Somehow they were traumatized by this experience. And now we have a psychologist, adolescent and child psychologist, who's agreeing with them that they need time to postpone things. I have a tip for all of you, and especially those of you who are going to university. If you're going to use this as an excuse and believe that anybody in their right mind, I'm not saying a psychologist, I'm saying someone who's normal, who thinks critically, would buy such idiotic excuses, you got another thing going. My advice, by the way, is for people who are hiring in the near future, if they find anybody who used this as an excuse to postpone an exam, don't hire them. At least not for a year or two, until they get used to the real world. As far as the psychologist, I have never met more whacked out people, and my degree's in psychology, more whacked out people than the field of psychology. To the psychologist who supports this and says this makes sense, and they could be bothered and traumatized by all these events, my advice to that psychologist is, sir, for God's sakes, get your head examined.